Hey guys, MoreXP. It's been a really long time. We've been really busy. It's been a hectic PlayStation experience, all the announcements. I'm under the weather. I'm Mars. That's Mac, and we're gonna do things a little differently from now on our channel. We're gonna pick a bunch of topics, some things that you comment on, want us to talk about on our Twitter, some things that we think that we should talk about. Mostly, it's recapping the week. We're gonna split these videos up and try to post as often as we can. Uh, Last week was PlayStation Experience.
Yep, this was the first time I've ever been to PlayStation Experience. You went the first year.
Yeah, I went last year.
Uh, let's start off with the keynote since that was the first thing that we got to do, other than standing in that long line.
Okay, yeah. Well, first off, Chen and I went last year, and it was way more organized than it was last year. The lines were long, yes, but it wasn't that bad of a wait considering. When we got in there, the atmosphere was like you could already tell, right? It was like electric. It was live, man. It was like everybody was there. The only way I can actually explain it is that when you go to a sports game, like your favorite sports team, you go there and everybody's there for that sports team, except for like a handful of people. But like everyone there is a fan of your team. So like everyone there at that keynote is a PlayStation head, and it was just a real cool, the way they had it all set up, the lights, the music, the dubstep music that they usually choose and shit. Like PlayStation loves their dubstep. I guess I don't know what your favorite part was, but you tell me what your favorite thing about the PlayStation experience was, it as a whole, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you exactly some of the things I kind of didn't like about it, comparing it to last year's.
Seeing it's my first time, so I'm just comparing it to itself. My favorite thing about PlayStation Experience, I'd have to say it was VR, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it was something that I had never got to do before. I mean, you get 3D is one thing, but actually being able to have the VR, PlayStation VR on your head, which it feels good, and being able to look around with it actually felt better than like when I tried out Oculus. Oculus was all right, although Oculus maybe notches a lot faster than PlayStation VR did.
Yeah.
So I think that PlayStation got it there, but yeah, I'd have to say PlayStation VR, and
I like the way they had it set up too, where you downloaded an app this year. And you had to sign up.
Yeah.
You had to schedule your appointment. And granted, they were like a little behind because I guess the app was crashing all afternoon.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But I would hope that a lot of people got to try VR because it's the real fucking deal, man. Like you actually play, and I know you played Rigs.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that later. But I got to play like a weird demo. It was like a dolphin simulator. I'm sure everybody knows what that is. It's like you're in a classroom or something, and you had to peek in someone's homework or something, and you got to cheat on their test. And I guess it was more showing off the depth of field, like how close, because I'm sitting in a chair and the VR is on me, and like right away I forget where I'm at, and as soon as the teacher walks past, like you look away, and actually like you're really looking away and you're really moving. And when the dolphin teacher walks past the screen or something, and this person has he's on the same question as you, this dolphin is on the same question as you, like you can actually like get up and check, and you're actually moving, and it's a really weird experience because you start forgetting where you're at. You really start imagining. I wish they would have showed it off a little better at the actual keynote.
Yeah.
If we can go back to the keynote, because I think that little demo that they messed up, I think it was kind of like a low point for them because the move controllers weren't working the right way. And I feel sorry for them because it usually happens like once every conference, right? Like someone messes up or something happens, something breaks. Because last year at PlayStation Experience, the Uncharted demo wasn't working the right way. And they had a backup plan. If the controllers weren't working, they were just going to play the demo. As far the keynote itself, I guess I would say it started off high, but it kind of like dragged down towards, like being kind of boring towards the end, or maybe not boring, but like exhaust. Like it's like it started getting to me. Like I was exhausted. Like the high Mac was sitting next to me, and then Cheddar was sitting next to me on the other side. And when they first showed off the Uncharted demo, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm tired of seeing Uncharted now. Like, I'm ready to play it. Like, stop showing me these teases. Also think of what they showed isn't going to be like a big part of the game. I think it's more of like a fan service. Like, for instance, if they're going to say, like, how do you remember Nathan Drake? Like, how did Nathan Drake's story start for you? Yeah. And you get to pick. I don't think they're going to be, like, huge choices and shit like in the game and stuff like that. No, it's not going to be like that. But the highest point, and which may be a fault, honestly, was showing Final Fantasy VII second in the press conference. Because of the gameplay, I remember, like, I grabbed onto you and I said, like, I think I'm about to cry because this is like serious for me right now.
No, so during when they showed when they the lead in, I actually thought the lead in for Final Fantasy VII was really cool. The fact that they showed all the reaction videos. Yeah. You can actually check out our reactions to Final Fantasy VII being announced, but them showing a montage of all the reaction videos, that was cool. And then the guy just saying, "Oh, they got you excited. Here's another thing," and pointing up to the screen. It's just like, what is he talking about? Them showing gameplay.
I had to hold back. I
had my phone in my hand, and my hands are shaking. I'm trying to tweet, and I can't do it because I'm like freaking out.
And because that was, to me, that was cold blooded. Like how they did that. I was just like, I'm so ready to watch this, and I'm ready to engage, and I'm gonna start crying, and like all these emotions and everything. And then to me, it just started like going down, and I was like, oh fuck, like this big ass high that I felt. And you start boring me like with these like weird. Granted, I wouldn't give the keynote like a bad score, like right. So I wouldn't say it's an F. I would more put it as like an average, right? I would put it as like a C plus, maybe, like a C, maybe a B because of. Can you get that real quick? Just press that. But as far as the keynote, like grade wise, if we were to give them grades, I would say maybe like a C plus.
I think I liked it more than you because because
you didn't go last year. We're coming off last year. That's the PlayStation Experience is supposed to be for the fans, right? So last year, I mean, granted, we got trolled.
You got hard.
We got trolled hard. But apparently, it was supposed to be announced this year, like last year, and we'll talk about what was supposed to be announced this year at PlayStation Experience towards the end. But to wrap it up, give the keynote since this is your first gaming keynote, right? Because Cheddar and I went to Tokyo Game Show. We got to enjoy Tokyo Game Show, and you watched the video why I hated Tokyo Game Show. And then we also went to last year's PlayStation Experience. This is your first ever gaming convention. So rank the keynote of how you felt as someone brand new into like that scene.
I personally like the keynote because they had games that I thought the lead-in was cool with the old guy talking about back in the day and how we used to do it in my days. I thought that was pretty funny. The Final Fantasy gameplay, I went nuts for that. Obviously, I like the thing with Uncharted. I don't get tired of seeing Uncharted stuff. Granted, yes,
you're not tired of seeing Uncharted stuff.
No, I'm not yet. But
not yet.
But
it comes out in a few. It comes out. I don't think it's coming out in March, but it comes out in a few months.
Well, I'll hold Naughty Dog to their word. So if they say it's coming out in March, coming out in March. The thing with Street Fighter, I actually.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
I like the Street Fighter thing. The Street Fighter announcement with the new character and how Ono was like, this is the first time I got to announce something that wasn't leaked.
He's right though. He's right. To be fair, the voice of that, what's his name?
Fang.
Or
Fong.
The voice. Well, the trailer said Fong, but it's Fang.
Yeah.
To be fair, his voice leaked like a week before on the PC beta or something. But if I don't know, like the PC beta. All right.